short form here. So we start off by walking to the left, kind of corkscrew your way to the left, adjust your feet, inhale and raise arms, exhale and lower arms, shift weight to left leg, grab ball, step left with a bow step, ward off left and incline, kind of shield yourself here, step right, push ball to the right, inhale and sit back on your left leg, swing left arm around, press, push, swing around, we end up on the opposite diagonal, strike out, play guitar, pull down, shoulder strike or elbow strike, step left, high block, here, and then you deflect downward. I think you kind of move your body out of the way first, then you kind of block upwards with the others, with the other, and then you see there's a sequence of movements here. The right hand moves close to your face, of course this blocks and this strikes, and you step on the diagonal. There's a lot of movements there. You step up, and my feet are almost touching, then you step out with the left. This of course can also be kicked to the shin, so here you make another brush knee, you make a deflection here, you kind of move your body out of the way and you shift your weight, turn on your left foot, you step up and you parry on the forward diagonal, shield yourself with the left hand, rock back, step forward and use the momentum of the body to strike forward, inhale, release arm and push, step right to adjust your feet and cross your hands. That's the first part of the form. Second part is embrace tiger, carry tiger to mountain, inhale to roll back, rotate and press, separate arms and push, swing around, the diagonal single whip, then the fist under elbow, step left, step right, step left, and the arms go, left arm makes a big circle, snake up, fist under elbow. Repulse monkey. Repulse monkey 2. Repulse monkey 3. Step on the diagonal, end up in a bow step, and then you grab ball and step in. And my feet are almost touching, but then you need to swivel on your left foot. keep your balance. Of course, these transitions will not appear in the final product. I think you know that, because I'm slightly out of balance here, of course, but you step, big step right on the diagonal and fly right, diagonal flying. Step into cloud hands. Step left, strike left. Step in. Step right. And then make a small step to the right. Form hook again. Step left and strike. And then you sit, you squat down. Left hand follows left leg. As you may have guessed, this is some advanced throwing technique also. But, you sit down and then you shift your weight forward and pull the right leg up and right arm. Golden rooster. Golden rooster. Sink down into the posture. Pat horse. Roll back. Separate arms and kick. Pat horse. Pull down, I think it's called. Separate arms and kick, and then you see it's starting to get difficult here. Turn and kick. Then there are two more brush knees. And then there's a low punch. You can't see that, of course. You incline your body, move forward. Later on in the form it becomes more punch to the groin or crotch. But and after that you rock back and make another grasp the bird's tail, which are 4 movements. Ward off, roll back, rotate and press, separate arms and push. Then there's another single whip. And from then there you turn inward, step right, hold a smaller ball here, step right, step left and strike on the diagonal to the Fair Lady Works shuttles. Shift your weight, strike on the opposite diagonal. You step three times to strike. You need to cover all 4 corners. That's the point of this. I'll have one more diagonal. So I think it's let's see here, northeast, south, east, northwest, and southwest, I think. And after that you do the ward off again. You do the another grasp, the sparrow's tail or whatever. We're approaching the end here because see it's a difficult one. As the snake creeps through grass up the 7 stars and step back to ride tiger. And then lotus sweep. Bend bow to shoot tiger. Pull down. Another. You see, you needed to get momentum on the punch. Then you pull back. Separate. Apparently close, sorry. And then you move into the cross hands and conclusion. So thanks for watching. We're going to do some basic the Sanshin earth form. Earth, of course you need to keep the focus on your opponent at all times. So this is not Tai Chi. In Tai Chi you follow the energy, so to speak. But here you need to stay out of the way, step forward, strike, other side, get out of the way, step forward, strike, strike on the inside. Earth, water, fire. Now comes wind, more of a retreating version. You can strike to the body, you can strike to the throat. The fifth is a bit more advanced. Feint, kick, strike. You need feint, kick instead. First 3 applications. Ichimonji, first position. Jumonji, 10th position. Hey, kind of move, striking downwards. Sometimes you see them do this, but the third is a bit more elaborate because it's the bird taking off, which is probably originally a Chinese position. You kind of need to block and then not like spring upwards. And then change directions. Elbow first. Strike out. Of course there are variations. Obviously you need to keep his other arm in check. If he strikes with the right, he will probably also strike with the left. But remember, these are the bare bones basics. In all the variations, you, for example, if he blocks this strike, you will strike with the other one, or you can kick with the other foot. I mean, there are variations. And the remaining 5 are grappling, so it's if he grabs you here, you need to cover his hand and then change positions, and then you kind of grab his hand like a sword, and then you need to break his balance and throw him the other way. Kind of hard to show that, but the more likely scenario is that he grabs with his left and strikes with his right. But that comes later. I mean, this is, you start off with the basics. You will say, yeah, he will grab and then strike you, but that comes later. And so the first one is, if he only grabs, you cover his hand, move out of the way, and then break his balance here. And then you hold his hand like a sword and then throw him in the opposite direction. And then the second one, or the fifth one, is then he grabs and strikes. Let's say he grabs with the right and strikes with the left. You will cover his hand here. And then you will immediately block the strike, but you need to get out of the way. And then you grab his hand and throw him in the opposite direction, the outside. The more likely scenario is that he grabs you with the left and strikes with the right. Then you will cover his hand and then block the strike. But you need to pull his balance first somewhat. So move, block, and then it's kind of hard to learn how to grab his hand because you need to cover his pinky with your thumb and take some practice. Sixth one is the inside reversal or inside lock. You need to move out of the way, but then you move inwards. And you usually need to cover his elbow here also. That's a bit more difficult. 6th, 7th. That's the Musha Dori. If he grabs you by the sleeve, you must move out of the way and control his arm. You kind of lock his elbow there, and then usually you kick his right leg with your left and then pull him back downwards. Other side, if he grabs the sleeve, you need to get out of the way and pull his balance, and you kind of You need to control his elbow here, and you kick his left leg with your right leg and then pull him downwards. I remember this takes years of practice. The final one is the basic throw, Genseki Nage, rock throwing. Also he grabs his sleeve, he grabs your sleeve, but then you need to get your arm under his arm, and you hold the left arm high, and then you throw in the other direction. But the thing is, if he bends forward or bends his arm, it won't work. So then you have to revert to the former position. Other side, we'll end it there. But if he grabs you by your right sleeve, you need to move in and move your arm under his arm, and then you throw him. You need to pull his shoulder there, and then you throw in the other direction. You don't stand very close here. Remember, he has weapons, so the thing is, if he bends forward or keeps his arm bent, then you must revert to the previous position, Musha Dori. So those are the basic 8. So remember, I got my green belt last spring, so I'm not. If you want to learn this in depth, you need to go to a dojo and practice under black belt instructors. I think most of you know this, but you say this won't work, but it works if you do I practice this on black belts, and they are very tough to do correctly, but if you do them correctly, they will work. Remember, these are the very basic katas don't cover all the bases, but there are variations that will encounter problems that may show up. So, but thanks for watching. They have changed the outlet layout this, but good to see you. See you later.